Hello, esteemed guests and denizens of the internet. I am your androgynous android game show host from the future, Nathan Blades. It's a pleasure to meet you on this evening for a session of Cyberpunk Book Club. We have updated our look and our layout, and we are looking fresh and sexy. In my month off while I was sorting out real life stuff, I decided one of the things to go do was to update the visuals a little bit, in addition to commissioning a bunch of background music. So you've been previously listening to Argon Slice by Queeks as our loading theme, and our book club theme is Lo-Fi High Roller by Damari. Thank you very, very much, Damari. I'm gonna go and turn that down in my ears just a little bit, although it shouldn't be overlapping my voice too badly. Let's just scale that back a touch. There we go, there we go. So, for those who have not been here before, in addition to who I am a tabletop RPG designer and streamer and general internet ne'er-do-well, sometimes voice actor, in fact. But I also really love cyberpunk as a genre. It's one of my favorite genres in the world, and I love video games in that genre. However, I'm not very good at video games, or at least not playing them like well or fast. I'm not going to be on Games Done Quick anytime soon. But what I am good at is discussing art as media text and being really inspired by the art that I witness and involve myself in. So I figured what better way to share my love of the genre and share my love of creative projects by playing games in the cyberpunk genre, discussing them as media texts, talking about their themes and ideas over the course of maybe about an hour and a half, 2 hours, maybe 3 hours. We'll see how my voice holds out. And then on the other side of it, see if there's any interesting ideas that we can take away and inspire us in our future projects. Because I think one of the best ways to actually be hit by inspiration is to play and see and do more things. Broaden our horizons. Sure. So, this evening, we're going to be playing the Red Strings Club. This box text is kind of taken from the Steam description. The professed altruistic corporation Supercontinent Limited is on the verge of releasing Social Psyche Welfare, a system that will eliminate depression, anger, and fear from society. However, the bartender of a clandestine club and a freelance hacker don't regard this evolution as an improvement, but as brainwashing. Which is very, very strong as an idea. I'm already getting big, like, Psychopaths vibes. I don't know if anybody out here has watched that anime. It's been a while since I last watched it, but I definitely enjoyed it. It has that kind of like Minority Report vibe. The idea of what happens if you use AI or forces beyond human management to predict crimes and criminals, and what that would do to society when you can be branded as a criminal for essentially just having thoughts that the computer deems treacherous, and obviously that being a terrible idea, but exploring the ways where that would be a terrible idea. Because there are many ways of getting a society to stop fearing and stop being depressed, right? There is active mind manipulation, and then there is maybe scaring them into no longer being scared, if that makes sense. Which both of those are not really conducive to a very healthy society. So, before we get into the game proper, we're going to be talking a little bit about the themes that we expect. I'm going to be putting my own ideas to paper as we go. If anybody in the chat actually has any particular ideas about maybe what to expect, have you played this game before? Does that paragraph suggest any interesting ideas in your brain meat? Please do say in chat. This is a very interactive show. So, in terms of themes that maybe I expect, the bartender angle is really interesting. There's like parallels drawn to the likes of VA11, or I think that's how it's spelt. Oh, well, in addition to the additional typo that's in there. Yes. So Valhalla was a game that we played on stream a while ago, that being a cyberpunk bartending simulator, and how like natural conversation over drink X gives world building and clues to mysteries. I have a feeling there will be definitely an element of getting to know our enemy, maybe somebody from Supercontinent Limited comes into our bar and asks for a drink. That's an astounding way to go and get some information off them. So I'm maybe seeing some of that energy in there as well. Something I very faintly remember, this has been on my playlist actually for like years, and I've never actually managed to get around to fitting it on the show yet, which is a shame because the game looks really, really cool. But I think I distantly remember one of the aspects of this game is actually more in the realms of social hacking and not just computer hacking. I remember being super into the idea of social engineering when I was a teenager. The idea that you could play mind games to trick people into doing something that you wanted and get into places where you shouldn't. I found that very, very fascinating. Didn't really keep up with it as like an academic study text. It was very tech bro-y, right? I don't think I'd be hanging out with the right crowds if I got super into it. But there's a really interesting aspect to explore as a video game, because there are plenty of hacking mini games in the world, but social hacking mini games, I don't know too many of those. I'd like to see how maybe that's explored. I guess in terms of, there are many kind of like common themes that generally appear in cyberpunk works. The phrase high-tech, low-life is a very common way to describe the genre, and being a freelance hacker and a bartender are not particularly expensive professions, one would assume. But I do wonder if it's kind of like both the heroes and the villains engage in not large scale, not invasive. Could the entire conversation tree driven RPG experience be a social hacking minigame? That's a very interesting point. Yes, I think there's definitely some interesting parallels that could be drawn there. I know that the kind of like BioWare series of kind of like RPGs has those kind of dialogue trees that involve relationship points with people and getting access to things when you have the right level of relationship points for things. And then there's games like Deus Ex, which I've never played on the channel and kind of want to, but also I realize that it's more of an action game and I have a feeling I'd be very bad at it. Apparently, as I understand, a lot of the circumstances in that can be handled with guns blazing, with hacking mini games, and then maybe talking when you're in. LucasArts Adventures doing a similar thing. Yeah. No, that's definitely a different kind of puzzle solving. These are all different ways of doing really interesting puzzle solving, right? There's the puzzle solving of doing a mini game. There's the puzzle solving of maybe connecting items together and putting them in the right place in the right combinations. But like social puzzle solving is something that definitely exists in the world of games, but maybe doesn't show up as much as I personally would like. In major ways, let's go and put it that way. One of the things I kind of enjoy about cyberpunk as a genre as well is how even the heroes might not always be right, if that makes sense. Instances where the protagonists of a story have to do morally complicated or betray their own personal ideals to do something for what is in their opinion maybe the greater good, or maybe it's not the greater good. You don't know until the other side of it, and I really enjoy exploring those. Exploring that in tabletop RPGs as well is something I adore. People who have been in campaigns of mine will attest to. I enjoy giving them a film noir hard choice. So it's always neat to see when that happens in the game as well, because that often gives me a lot of inspiration. All right, I think these are our themes that we expect. We'll be returning to the screen on the other side of play after we play for a couple of hours. So we'll be seeing whether we're right about our ideas, maybe even adding some more to the themes that we expected on the other side of it. But for now, let me go boot the game. And also maybe get myself a glass of water. I can already feel myself being a little parched. Ooh, loud. Hold on. Let's turn it into the place. Are we gonna get a game capture window, friend? No? Oh, there we go. Sick. But that is a little larger than I was personally expecting. Let's go set that to not full screen. It also did not save my settings, so let's push this kind of all the way down. Okay. While this is running, we can get the vibes of rain. I'm going to go and get myself a glass of water, and I'll be back in just a second. Agua. Nourishment. Okay. It's still a little loud in my ears, but we'll see how it goes. If it comes down to it, I'll just turn the output capture down a little bit. I wonder when it was my fate was sealed. This is indeed definitely too loud. Let's take this all the way down. Or is this just because it's the opening scene? We'll struggle through it. Never expected my death to be so epic. Can't complain, I guess. Hey, Don, are you listening? Donovan, are you listening? You don't need to stop every 3 sentences to ask if I'm listening. Of course I'm listening, I'm a bartender. So, that girl from Proxima, Vega, turns out she was using me to smoke out the mole in the city police. Did you sleep with her? No, she's not into guys. Anyway, I almost got arrested, but I managed to hack my way out of the Bok patrol car. One day you're gonna end up dead, or worse if you keep doing business with those Proxima scoundrels. We live in a city ruled by corporations. If I didn't associate with some scoundrels, I'd be out of work in no time. So, basically today sucked. Why don't you hit me up with something? Alright, what do you feel like? Bourbon? Vodka? Tequila? Surprise me. Okay, let me see what I've got here. Alright, let's prepare a drink for Brandeis. What should we aim for? Do you see any interesting soul notes, Newman? Newman? Oh, last muse must have expired already. Let's see if I can't channel a new one. Harvester of sensations, I beg of you, bestow upon me your graces. Weave the red strings and guide my hand to tune into buried emotion. That should do it. Now, if you can hear me, try to pick up a bottle and move it around. One click to grab it, and another click to drop it. You can click and drag while holding a bottle to pour its contents. Ah, there we go. I see. I don't want to tilt it though. Too far. Okay. Good job. Nice. I'm feeling it already. Now try to visualize our customer's soul. There you go. Now, focus. At the Red Strings Club, we don't just serve alcohol. We use spirits to tune into customers' emotions. It's about matching their vibes and allowing them to savor, mourn, or contemplate their soul's fundamental sentiments, and turning off the audio alerts on our phones, Nathan Blades. There we go. Sorry about that. Just try to read into Brandeis' soul. These are the buried states he's carrying right now, the soul nodes: pride, anxiety, and regret. However, hover the cursor over them to read a brief discussion, which we've done. Now let's bring out some of those dormant emotions. Whatever you pour into this glass will be reflected by the soul disc. Each spirit has a different effect: up, down, left, right. Make the soul disc match with the soul node. That's how you make a drink worthy of the Red Strings Club. Feel free to experiment until you get the hang of it. If you ever get lost, you can check your ingredients in the notebook. So let's move these out of the way. Alexander's High Roller Bourbon. With the highest rate count of any bourbon in the market, the carefully constructed spice profile of the spirit will make an intense impression on your tongue before its smooth finish exalts your very soul to rarely met heights. High Roller Bourbon. Deep Down vodka. The slightly sweet and grainy palate of this ultra-premium vodka manages to be soft yet spellbinding at every level. And its subtle, earthy nut flavors emerge. As its subtle, earthly nut flavors emerge, your psyche will dive deep down into your innermost impulses. Westward. So to the left. Westward Absinthe. Distilled in the oldest absinthe stills in the world, this hand-selected combination of 19 herbs, including Westward Star Anise, will dance in your mouth and nose, appealing to the left, warmer side of your heart. Tequila Carlos Derecho. I wonder if Derecho is like either east or like right, maybe. With only 80 bottles produced each year, this exclusive tequila, rich in toasted agave flavors and smoky aromas, will light a fire in you. Its secret recipe was scientifically proven to intensely stimulate the right side of your brain. Okay. This is green, so I assume this is absinthe. Yeah, there we go. Maybe a little too far to the right, but we'll see. This looks like vodka to me. It's a very, what does ice do? It makes it smaller, I see. Oh no, no. That's too many. Shit. Oh no, I guess I'm like sort of right. Can I, yeah, I'm just gonna start over, okay. My first drink and I've already effed it up. So we want 1 ice cube to make it the right size. We're gonna not overdo it this time. Come on. Just put that anywhere. Yeah, just dump it on the floor. It's fine. I'm still a hair too far to the left, but we'll make do. We'll make do. So we want Westward. We want the tequila, which is maybe this. Hold on. Bourbon. So the brown is probably bourbon. So this feels like the tequila then. Yeah, there we go. Oh, we're already full. I see. Well, hopefully this is maybe close enough. Oh, the bottles will have arrows on their design. They do! Very observant, Queeks. Very observant. I didn't clock that. Very smart. I guess I need to be right on the money though, and I've put too much in this. So we're gonna use this to nudge it to the right. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, damn it! This is already going very, very badly. All right, last try. Maybe we should go for the easy one and just make it go north. Oh. I don't know why I decided that I wanted to be a big boss man, and you can nail a drink by adding the right amount of ice to it. Oh, it needs to be smaller than that still. Still not on it though. No, maybe mixing drinks is hard. There we go. We did it. I'm very good at video games. What took you so long? Doing the muse casting thing again. Yeah, I lost my mojo and I wanted to make a drink worthy of your refined palate. Harvester of sensations, I beg of you, bestow upon my friend some drunkenness. Laugh after you drink it. You know I always hit the spot. I know. Let's just see what spot you're hitting tonight. The floor loved the first couple of attempts. Yes, indeed. That felt good. You like it? You bet. So refreshing, I almost forgot about that droid cop beating me down. Also, I should mention that, in addition to the ride in the bot patrol car, I got out of this job with a beautiful amount of Bitcoin. Oh yeah? How's that? Well, let's say that Vega turning me into the police wasn't so uncalled for. I hate when my employers aren't entirely clear about what they're using me for. So since it all smelled a bit fishy, I let Centuro know I would be hacking the North District traffic mainframe tonight. I can only advance by clicking. That's a bit of a shame, actually. They hired me to delete a couple of data packages from the server, which triggered a pair of alarms, and... What the hell? Bar's closed, miss. Oof. That's not a drunk person, Brandis. That's an android. Oh, I thought it was some Implar fangirl. Gather up and let's see what we got here, would you? Right away, sir. Hello? Who are you? 184. 184? Ringing any bells, Donnie? It's in pretty bad shape, but I believe this is an Akara android from Supercontinent Limited. They still haven't seen the light of day. According to what I've heard, they've only been put to use internally at Supercontinent. And what the hell is it doing here? Beats me. Rumors say this is the first android capable of making ethical decisions, examining every single factor in play of the life of any subject. Minding emotional status, social impact, economic repercussions, legal risks. How come you're so knowledgeable about this topic? And how come you've never told me about this? That's what we information brokers do, amigo. Share the trivial, sell the irrelevant. We're supposed to be a team. Exactly, I got your back. Knowing too much can compromise your safety in the field. What if someone tries to torture the info out of you? Well, they'll just kill me since I won't have any leverage. Human improvement compromised. Okay, that was creepy enough. I'm going in. Whoa, hold on a sec. You're gonna connect your neural drive to this fireworks factory? Yeah, don't worry about it. I won't go in very deep. I just want to check the memory banks. You want to know how this Akara got here, don't you? Okay, but don't be reckless. It's okay. I'm gonna turn the music up just a notch. There we go. The music in this game is actually very good. Oh, and you can pay me later for any info I get. Hey, you, but we're a team. It's for your own good, sweet cheeks. hello world. Greetings, Zakara184. Welcome to the job. Oh, this is in the past, I guess. Welcome to the job. Supercontinent Limited Clinic Division H Corps expects you to be an excellent human upgrade crafter. Please familiarize yourself with the work zone until you're comfortable. Let me know when you're ready to accept requests. Yes, Master. Thank you. This is the pottery disc. With it, you will shape handcrafted limbs and organs for the clients. This is the official H Corps Transhumanist Wiki. With it, you can study the different upgrades and select one to craft at the pottery disc. This interface displays data on a client queue. There we go. With it, you can keep track of clients' progress and post-operative satisfaction. This is the operating theater. Here, you will receive our clients and you'll install the necessary upgrades. Are you ready to start getting clients? Yes, send them in. Perfect. First one coming. Okay. Are you ready to operate? Let's check this client's file. No matter what no matter what I do, I can't raise my follow account. Please help me. A cosplayer, Camden LaShawn, 21. The Enchantress increases your online sexual network charisma. Highly enhances your persuasion skills. Filters online content to block any type of negative stimuli. Dramatically increases your sex appeal. Eliminates the need of social accept. Ha 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 ha. We could definitely install that and they would probably be very annoyed. Nullifies ambition and thirst for power. Shuts your social conscience down. Okay, so let's increase our online social network charisma. Which filter do we want to access? Incoming jobs. Yeah, okay. Let's install them. Oh, hold on. Do I need to craft it first? I guess I need to craft it first. There we go. This is a block of biomatter. You can use this lathe to turn it into a useful upgrade. To spin the lathe, just click repeatedly. When the lathe gains enough speed, use your right hand to shape the biomatter. Press the buttons on your device on your right to pick a proper tool to shape the blueprint you chose on the Transhumanist Wiki. Rewind previous actions and correct mistakes. This will restore the biomatter to an earlier state. Tune into some focus-enhancing music tracks. Submit a finished piece or just exit the lathe. Feel free to experiment as much as you need. Remember, click repeatedly to spin the lathe. Move your right hand to shape the biomatter and press buttons. We're expecting great products from you, Akara184. Let me see. This is actually really hard. Oh god. Oh god. Why am I concentrating so hard? Big concentration hours. Okay. Right, okay. And then we need this one. No? Almost done. Almost done. Just need to... There we go. I think that looks good. I think that looks good. That seems sensible to me. Yeah. Production complete. The Enchantress. Well done. Are you ready to operate? Let's install the modules. Install the Enchantress. Oh man, we just reach around inside them guts. The client will now be more popular on the internet. But will that make them happier? Folder we want to access. Incoming jobs. Wow, my follower count went wild, but the amount of haters I've gathered is unbearable. Sure. I need to get more investors for my startups. My ideas are great, but I can't talk enough people into financing them. Martin G. Witz. Is this Martin? Okay, 31. Right. We did see one that would maybe persuasion skills. Persuasion skills makes sense. Yeah, we're not gonna go for anything too spicy. I don't need to necessarily suggest a module that they didn't directly ask for, so we want better persuasion skills, huh? You can work with that. Maybe not that one. That will do. Oh, let's the sound of moving biomatter clay is wild to me. Just not quite getting there. We go. We got it. We got it. That needs a wider angle on it. Oh God, didn't mean to do that, but it was the right move to take. This angle for this bit here. God, we have to be very precise. I've never actually, well, I have done pottery as like a kid before. I definitely have been to kind of like a pottery, a place on like a summer holiday thing before. But it's been a very, very long time since I did anything like that. Oh, did I cut in too deep? No, we have it. That was actually easier. Production complete, the Vizier. Well done. God, the rapid clicking, that must be kind of carrying on my mic while I'm doing those bits. Apologies. We want to install the Vizier. Again, reaching up in dem guts. Persuasion is a great key to seduce the powerful. Although, great power can lead to bigger ambitions. I hope he'll be okay. Incoming jobs. Yep. Oh yeah, this is the good stuff. I managed to get 6 digits in investments, but if I want all my startups to survive, I'll need even more. Keep it rolling. But got here and howdy, there sure is a lot of squelching noises. Yeah. Making stuff out of clay is noisy. Who's this character's file? Victor Atomnoy, 28, digital media scholar. Got the job. I'm so sick of hateful speech on the internet that I fear I won't be able to write anymore. I need my inspiration back. Okay, well we saw a module that let us do that. Yeah, filters negative content to block any type of negative stimuli. There we go. Oh, so excuse me, just one more second. go. Re-entangling myself in my headphones. There we go. Are we shoving magic jars in lads? Something like that. We are making, like, new organs out of biomatter by shaping them like clay. And this is all very, very unusual. Is this the one that we want? Yeah. There we go. Gosh, this one is a bit more... Well, it's not that it's necessarily more demanding. I just need to kind of think through what I'm using for them. Oh god, no, no, no. Maybe I should change my mouse sensitivity when I'm doing these, I guess. There we go, that was pretty easy. Hey Rob, how's it going? Thank you very much for joining me on the stream. I say as I take a big mouthful of croissant. This is sound pottery. We are making organs out of organic, like, matter clay, and then sticking them in people to make them more charismatic and more psychologically capable of blocking haters and things like that. Very strange. I'm also cognizant as to whether Twitch is going to put me in jail for digitized penises, but I think we'll maybe get away with it. It's art, so it's fine. Persuasion skills. We fights online content to block any type of negative stimuli. You just reach around inside their torso, install that. Are they like replacement organs or completely new random ones? I think the latter. Living is easy with eyes closed. Misunderstanding all you see. And then we can look at the report after we install it and see how they feel. So sick of hateful speech. Talk about irony. Now I've found a safe space. I've lost touch with reality and can't properly criticize it anymore. I need a different solution. So, you know. What's a godmother organ? To block the haters? Yeah, maybe. Let's check this client's file. This is the same client as before. Their follower count went wild, but the amount of haters they've gathered is unbearable. So, we have an option here. We can maybe give them the godmother and make them... make her, like, ignore negative stimuli entirely. That's interesting as a choice. We already have that module available, so we can just install it again. We could make her sexier, which feels like a bad idea. We could eliminate the need for social acceptance. And that's an interesting one. You know, somebody who is super good at cosplay and social media, but just doesn't need it. Not a hater filter, just removing the dependence on it entirely. That might be a really interesting way of setting that as a solution. It's also a pretty tricky shape to make, so maybe we'll give that a whirl. Also, I wonder if I build one of these wrong, whether I get kicked out. Business wants you to drive repeat custom, I guess, not solve problems for good. I mean, yeah. It is definitely more beneficial to the company if they continue to have issues and come back with new problems for us to solve with weird pottery organs. God, the music in this game's great. Oh. There we go. What do we need now? Okay. Sorry, I'm surprisingly quiet while I do these. It was more concentration than I was expecting. There we go. Complete. Let's go install it. Yeah, it's slightly meditative. I think that's probably the intent of this. The previous minigame that we did was manually mixing drinks by having to tie in tiny amounts and adjusting bit by bit, and we weren't given a time limit to do it or anything. So I think all the mini games in this are going to be similarly kind of like timed to be contemplative. Whether that's good streaming is a different matter. We'll see. We don't want that. We want eliminates the need for social acceptance. Let's go. I want to see what this game will let me do. You freed them from their dull craving. Well done. Are they now fully satisfied? Ah. So if you look at completed jobs now. I deleted my social media accounts, now I am free. Oh no. Maybe that's fine, maybe that's okay. Maybe that's okay. I want my own... this guy wants more of the kind of like charisma boosting, which feels dangerous, and I'm not going to do that. Queek suggests to get rid of his greed this time, which seems solid. I wonder if there's an option for that. There we go. And for nullifies ambition and thirst for power. It's very interesting that, like, you know, we're a robot. I believe we're an android, so we're not like a licensed therapist or anything like that, right? The fact that we are deciding for ourselves what is the best solution for these people is probably not good. We probably shouldn't do that. Even if it is a kind of like, oh, you know, we're making these decisions because this is what our corporation is happy with us doing, and we want them to be repeat customers because, you know, money and all that. That's great. But if they, you know, trash their lives because of something that I installed in them, I would feel like horrendous. I would feel really bad. Oh, there we go. Let's turn the sensitivity down on my mouse a little bit while I get this going. Oh no! Oh, that's fine. Not the shape I want, I want this one. There we go. We also need... what's missing. We need the bottom edge. There we go. Nice. Don't think about it, employ OS 4371. Yeah, Production complete, the frog. Well done. Oh. No comment about that, huh? Are you ready to operate? We want... Nullifies ambition and thirst for power. Let's go. Up in them guts. Still disgusting. Free from the blindfold of greed, he may start seeing for the first time in his life. Is that now also a completed job? Until I rid myself of this obsession, I didn't realize that the best things in my life are free. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. So we're doing our job, I think, I guess. Okay. Talk about irony. Now that I found a safe space, I've lost touch with reality and can't properly criticize it anymore. I need a different solution. So, mad of hate speech on the internet, can't really concentrate, needs inspiration again. No. Jill Stingray. Nice! Like the character in Valhalla. Nice to... Thank you for joining us, Jill Stingray. Eliminates the need for social acceptance. Dramatically increases sex appeal. None of these really increase inspiration. Person I've been following for a while. I am good, thank you. We were actually on something of a hiatus while I was moving house. So now that that's done, we're back in action. We actually previously streamed Valhalla. The temple could do it. Oh. Eliminates need for social acceptance. Okay, yeah, let's go try that. We've already made it, so I guess we get to install it straight away. Install module, the temple. Let's see how this goes. If he does this for the recognition, it'll surely help him. He just immediately came back. So, on the other hand, if it's vocational, we'll see him again. I see. So this is not what they were looking for. It's not that they care what they think of me. The point is that witnessing so much hate in the world drains me of my will to engage, and that tortures me. I don't think this is a thing a new organ will fix for you, friend. I think what you need is a therapist and not a new liver. Yeah, and I really don't want to do that. That feels like a really, like, psychopathic thing to do. But yeah, this is the tutorial. So, yeah. You know, murder artists definitely, therapists are expensive and take time. I want to be fixed now, which, you know, I understand, mood. And in the flashback, I need to be thrown out somehow. I did that way too intensely. I guess there's at some point I've got to F up my job, right? Let's see here. Okay, there we go. I want the block. Clay sculpting in 2077? Yeah, I know, right? It's a really interesting minigame, although... oh, bollocks. Yeah, this particular shape of this module is definitely suggestive of what I couldn't possibly say. but I'm glad that it has a flared base because you wouldn't want to lose it, you know, while it's in your guts. Is this what people on Etsy do? They just kind of like sculpt. A flag tip is better in my opinion, but oh, okay, alright. Easy now. I am allowed a one sex joke per stream. You know, considering how we're going to be using this channel in certain ways in the future, I need to remain what the kids describe as say-so. So we can't get too spicy. This is a Christian robot stream after all. Okay. Production complete. The husk. Well done. Yeah, I know, I got it, but I was being fiddly. It was kind of like, you know, I don't know what the fail state in this is yet, so I don't want it to be like, you were 99% accurate, you fail. You're going on the streaming service CISO? Dude, it's already dead. Yeah, I know. Being depending on who you ask, being say-so on the internet is very much dead. Let's make a murderer. Yay! That was an excellent job, Akara 184. Thank you, Master. Get ready for a new batch of clients. In this new batch, you'll have some customers tagged as Supercontinent Limited executives. When a client matching that profile comes, just install whatever they ask for. We're now in position to judge our owners. Understood? You can go over the client file inbox if you want. Let me know when you're ready to operate. Okay. This is a surprisingly long segment. Incoming jobs. A fortune teller. Inhabitants of the city stopped believing in the power of their souls. I mean, persuasiveness. CFO at Supercontinent. Have a crucial merger to negotiate. Hit me up with something powerful. COO at Supercompetent Limited. I've been dealing with a serious anxiety crisis lately due to our recent company plans. I need to get hold of myself. It's time. Yeah, when them Supercontinent guys start, just go rogue. Yeah, just remove his liver. You don't need it. It's time. Activate my mirror neuron algorithm inhibitor. Okay. Normal things. Normal things to say. Normal things to say. Perfect. First one coming. So who is this? The fortune teller. Inhabitants of the city stop believing. Needs a way to open their minds. Persuasion, my dear. Congratulations, Zero. You now have 15 uteri. Enjoy. Okay. So, like, oh, no, she is very alive. Jesus Christ. Okay. So, I was just about to say, I'm a horror, like, fan. I enjoy a spooky movie. You know, I enjoy a scary storyline. But there is like one thing that makes me go like, maybe not, and that is medical malpractice. I struggle with that. So the moment we just poked her and she's like, no, I'm not like fully sedated. It's like, oh god, absolutely not. Jesus Christ. Anyway, plot. Holy shit, Ariadne. What? Ariadne from Proxima? Yeah, from what I'm seeing, it looks like she infiltrated one of the Supercontinent Limited implant clinics. The one in which our cute robot friend here worked. Oh, of course, it makes sense. Do I have to pay for this info, or are you just going to tell me? Yeah, don't be such a crybaby. Like I told you, Akara androids are a secret project from Supercontinent. They're built with a certain degree of conscience that allows them to advise us humans on optimal life decisions with our happiness in mind. Oh, so they are programmed to be therapists. Okay. I see. The thing is that Proxima managed to purloin an Akara for themselves and have been tampering with her conscience bits. I guess they're about to discover what they got out of it and what they're planning on doing with it. Oh, woohoo, the plot thickens. Let's keep digging. Please go back to the operation belt so I can help you. If you don't go back, I can't make you happy. Don't worry, I'm not in... what kind of voice does Ariadne have? I mean, spider-like, right? Don't worry. I'm in the process of making myself happy. Why are you doing this? Why? Let's see. How much do you know about yourself? I am Akara 184. My purpose is to make humans happy. That's a way to put it, yes. You are the first android capable of making ethical decisions. That could qualify you as sentient, you know. The people I work with, they think you're wonderful. I agree with them. We believe in your potential. There we go, we've got the voice now. And in our opinion, Supercontinent is cheating by limiting your options. Like, they're making you choose the lesser evil, you know? What are the other options? We're getting right to it. Consider this an experiment for the sake of society. I'm updating your implant database with a very particular set of choices. You know, you never used the sexual attraction implant. You could have put everyone in horny jail. Yeah, that's not my brand. That is really, really not my brand. I would actually be really morally grossed out to do that to a person, especially if it's something that they didn't ask for. That's actually astoundingly fucked up. I know it's a bit ironic to remove your previous options, but let's say they have at least 183 other Akaras to do their dirty work. We want to see how you do in a more revolutionary setting. Neon would rather delete System 32 than do that. I mean, because, okay. Because the way that it's framed is that it makes you more sexually attractive to other people. It doesn't say anything about how you feel about that situation. To put people in that situation against their will, especially how we know from the internet how people like to treat people they find hot. Hot and disempowered. I wouldn't want to wish that on my worst enemy. That feels like a astounding way to torture somebody. So yeah, definitely not installing that in anybody. Maybe not even if they ask for it, honestly. We want to see how you do in a more revolutionary setting. Will that make you happy? More than anything. Oh, also, Proxima hacked into the schedule servers of H-Corp and appointed several Supercontinent Limited executives to come after me. So, you can have fun with your bosses. Oh shit. What now? Proxima sent Ariadne the implant clinic to substitute the regular implants with some disruptive human upgrades. Or should I say downgrades? I told you, Proxima is plain evil. But they scheduled some of Supercontinent's top brass for that specific clinic, so allow me to keep rooting for them. Oh, God. Proxima hacked the overseer system, so if you can feel worry in any form, don't sweat it. What we're doing here is totally under the radar. Can I go back to work? Yes, please. I'm going to be monitoring our rogue implants. I thought I might well gather some intel from the execs you were. And if you feel you want to talk about something, I'll be curled up here. Thank you. So we have world building questions here. I mean, what do you expect from me? I'm gonna ask because oof. I mean, corporate power fantasy, right? The idea that somebody would kind of this is a very comfy game for rooting around in somebody's innards. Yes, Jill Stingray. like, oh, corporate overlords, the garbage humans, they're definitely making people's lives worse, and they kind of come in asking for upgrades, and I could give them terrible upgrades to be like, haha, ha 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 ha, screw over the CEOs. But because that's a personal like squick point for me, I don't think I would do that. I don't think I can bring myself to do that, even to somebody who maybe very much deserved it. Mega the Stallion's most recent music video, Thought Shit, actually has that as a plot point in the music video. They take a US senator's face and knock him out, and then use cosmetic surgery to make his mouth into a vagina, and was sitting through that music video being like, haha, this music video is very funny, I'm having a fun time. And then went, oh no, what do you expect from me? For you to be the ultimate friend. Shouldn't a friend be another human? No way. Your best friend could well be a cat, or even an imaginary character. People say a dog is humanity's best friend, and I dare to say a dog is way less sentient than you, Akara. Look, we have an older model of you at our HQ, and they've been proven to be an excellent advisor. They're making lots of us very happy. Ultimate friend sounds like a Toku thing. Yeah. I know a few of us even felt in love with that older you. Under the proper influences, free from the corporate bullshit, you have the capacity to be warm and cheerful. So we want to make you available to the masses. The world needs you. Available to the masses? Yes. Free. As in freedom. Freedom. Okay. Alright. Crucial merger, hit you up with something powerful. You want powerful, huh? Oh, I need to make new ones. Okay. Oh, we have new things. Induces aversion to corporations and rejection to authority. Okay. The hippie highly enhances your empathy and magnifies compassion. The grandpa renders the user immune to implant effects. Hit you up with something powerful, huh? How about powerful empathy, I guess? I guess the game thought far enough, so I'm not putting like the horny adaptation just into people against their will, because yeah, I don't know if I could do that. And now we concentrate. Okay. Yeah, these are all definitely harder. I mean, I guess making people feel emotions of this nature is suggested to be actually a very high effort endeavor. I guess more so than making people feel nothing, which, yeah, it can be astoundingly difficult to make people give a damn, right? There we go. Okay, so actually, this might do it. Okay, no problem. No problem. Easy game. Production complete, the hippie. Well done. It does not acknowledge that we're installing something unusual. Okay, let's install the hippie into this man. Hippie, Compassion, Magnifier, and Ferguson. Good job. Just install exactly what they demand. Yeah, the Overseer is not aware of what we're doing. Interesting. To make someone who controls such a substantial part of the city's money flow become a charitable soul. Christmas is going to be huge this year. I've been dealing with a serious anxiety crisis lately. Company plans need to get a hold of myself. Okay. I don't think you need the punk. Do you want to go for the punk or the grandpa? I guess installing the grandpa... Oh, well, she's feeling self-doubt, right? And we want her to actually, like, listen to the self-doubt in herself. So maybe specifically not giving her something to fix that anxiety is maybe actually useful and not horrendously self-destructive. Punk might be better. It doesn't seem like her problems are from her implants. Yeah, we'll reread that. Serious anxiety crisis due to our recent company plans. Get a hold of myself. What's the third? Because we have a third job coming in, I think. Oh yeah, it's an odd one. Oh yeah, we can turn her into an anarch then. That might be just fun. I'm going to use everything we get from this merger to empower our charity efforts. Thank you, Akara. Okay, let's go set the punk. Let's make her question authority in the most direct way possible, although this really will not do anything for her anxiety. That's the last one. Needs a previous implant shut down. Patient has their head as begging to be styled punk. True that. True that. Just heard the sound effects for shaping. Yeah, it's very intimate sounding, maybe is the best way to describe how the pottery sound effects work. Not great. But then I guess if you were making an organ to put inside somebody, it probably would sound like this, huh? There we go. Expertly done. Production complete. The punk. Well done. Alright. Let's go. You installed the punk aversion to corporations and Sophitis. This rebellious urge is not going to do any good for her emotional crisis. Yeah, I bet we can expect some crazy shit on the news soon. In any case, I wonder what she's so anxious about. Let's try digging into her neural drive. With all due respect, that doesn't seem really ethical. Well, Akara, that's what we revolutionists do. We break the rules in order of pursuit of a better world. How can breaking the rules lead to a better world? And the question is, who defined the rules in the first place? To properly answer that question, I'll need to dive deeper into the meaning and implication of our rules. Then I'll be able to determine who should be. This can't be possible. Huh? If you ever get the chance, you should try talking ethics with your creators, not me. I just uncovered the most fucked up scheme a corporation has tried to pull yet. Supercontinent is planning to transform all of us into a pile of smiling, brainless dolls. The project goes by the name Social Psyche Welfare. The head antennae are very cute. Funnily enough, in terms of character design, well, Caster has a bit of head antennae, although they don't wiggle with that level of expressiveness. It involves every human being with implants. No shit, they've been slashing the prices on implants over the last few years. Yeah, that gun thing doesn't look great either, Queeks, I agree. I read here that currently more than 59% of the population wears some kind of upgrade. But they plan to expand the program to 99.7% of the population by some sort of mirror neuron algorithm? What's that? They plan to execute this on... What? But this is... Ooh! Ooh! Who makes the rules? Akara 184 commitment compromise. Dismissing unit. Ugh. Fuck. What happened? I got to know and feel how Akara here got wrecked. She was gunned down by the clinic's security systems, along with Ariadne. Shame. I like that girl. Revolutionaries don't live long. But we do live in tents. Oh no. Are you a revolutionary now? Don't tell me you're planning on finishing that girl's job. It's not that. Just before she was zapped, Ariadne discovered a pretty fucked up scheme. From Supercontinent Limited? What a surprise. Shut up. I mean fucked up even for a corporation. They're moving into mind control. The system or something called Social Psyche Welfare. And it will manipulate implant wearers, so allow me to take this personally. It does sound fucked up even for a corporation. Are you sure about this? Donovan, they killed Ariadne for just reading it out loud. Okay. But let me dig a little deeper into this all before you try and pull some crazy stunt. I don't want you joining the revolutionary grave. Human improvement compromised. Oh, that makes sense now. What do we do with them? Akara is an android specialized in empathy, right? Let's have them patched up, I have an idea. Ooh! Welcome to the Red Strings Club. And I thought I was the crazy bastard. There's a fine line between crazy and There's a fine line between a crazy bastard like you and a genius like me. But I don't blame you for not being able to see the difference. Whatever. Let's just go over the plan. We have to find a way to infiltrate Supercontinent Limited's offices. Then I'll hack their operation down. Bam. That's like the last stage of the plan, man. First we have to know if all this poses a real threat. What it really means and how it'll affect us in this town. Maybe there's even a way to sabotage it without having to send you in. Excuse me. It's a real fucking threat, Donovan. And we don't know how much time we have left until they turn me into a brainless doll. Okay, how about this? You start securing an infiltration method. Talk with your terrorist friends and their ilk. Do your thing. It'll take you a couple of days at least. I think I've got Donovan's voice down. In the meantime, I'll gather some intel and make sure you avoid that what trouble we can. My investigation will determine what course of action is needed. But then and only then we'll decide if you go in there. You hear me? If this happens to be as apocalyptic as you predict, I'll back you up with everything I have. You'll go in a lot more prepared this way, don't you think? On the other hand, if we find this isn't such a big deal, you call off the operation. We pay your hacker friends for the trouble, and that's it. All right, Donovan. Okay. A much wiser way to proceed, no? Yes, you're right. Thank you, Donovan. You're very welcome, handsome. A client is approaching the club. Well, how do you know? I'm accessing footage from all recording devices in the proximity club in real time to better... I'm accessing footage from all recording devices in proximity of the club in real time to better help Donovan. You can do that? I told you that'd make a great aid. Now go. I know who's coming. I called a consultant engineer who was recently hired by Supercontinent to work on some new bionics firmware. I've worked with her in the past, and my instincts tell me she's got something to do with all of this. You sure pull the red strings quick. Time is of the essence. Don't want my favorite crazy bastard to turn into a brainless doll. Goodbye, genius. I'll keep you posted. Alright. Akara, remember, don't interact with the clients unless necessary. Welcome them to the club and then thank them when they leave. If your empathy superpowers make you aware of something you want to share with me, wait until we're alone in the club. Got me? Understood. Welcome to the Red Strings Club, Diana Mays. What kind of voice does Diana have? Oh, am I out famous? Damn you, Akara, don't go saying clients' names. How should I cover this? I told her you were coming. No, I just told her about the distinguished client that was coming. Voice of Lorraine Kelly. Accents I can't do, so trying to give her a Scottish accent is going to happen. Sorry about that. It's alright. It made me feel important. When did you start hiring Brax to work at the bar anyway? Are you getting old? Yeah, you know. My leg isn't getting any better and I thought I could use an extra hand. Must be tough facing life without any upgrades, huh? I'm happy. Does that count? Congratulations. Do you have a light? Okay, I'll spare you the preamble and guess why you called me. Was it because of the dead girl at the Edge Corpse Clinic? Shit, you engineers don't like to waste time, huh? I know your boyfriend works with those Proxima rascals on a regular, and I figured you'd want details. And I thought I was the information broker. Damn. So, what's that info gonna cost me? There's some information I'd like you to get me in exchange. This nut will be pretty hard to crack, but I trust you're the best. Now you're gilding the pill. What do you say we start with a drink on the house? Yes, please. I've been dying for a sip of one of your cocktails again. Right away, miss. Hey Newman, my muse, are you around? This time it's the real deal. Let's get some info out of this girl. Remember, fill the glass up with spirits to tune to the soul discs. Adjust the size of the disc by adding ice to the drink. Fill the notebook with our objectives. Please take a look at them. So what is social psyche welfare? What is the mirror neuron algorithm? When do they plan to execute this? What role does Akara play in all of this? Why is Supercontinent doing this? Is this legal? Is the government aware of this? I'll be taking notes, adding the facts and updating the objectives as we progress. So please check it out now and then. Sympathy and fear. She seems already reasonably concerned about the circumstances at hand, so let's play into fear, maybe. One more thing. Before asking her any questions, think about whether she's in the right mood to answer them. This isn't a video game, we can't keep repeating the same dialogue again and again. If you need to change the mood, just serve her another drink and we'll take it from there. In this case, sympathy may withdraw out confessions and fear may exploit her paranoia. I'll trust your instincts, my magical friend. No, just pour it into the abyss. I have to be surprisingly exact. Oh shit, that's too much. Damn it. I'm gonna reset the drink. I fucked the drink up. Or maybe it'll let me. Maybe it'll let me. Who knows? We'll see. Okay. I was very scared that it would demand accuracy. Really shallow. A delay in pouring as it goes up the next. Maybe be patient when it reaches just 9 degrees. Yeah, about that. You don't like it? Yeah, sorry. Listen, I'm starting to get a bad feeling about all of this. Do you mind if we do this quick? Of course, no problem. Fear seems to have taken hold of her. Where do I start? What have you been working on lately? So what have you been working on lately? Where'd you ask? Nothing. Just my usual contracts. Why? Someone paid you to investigate my projects. Hey, I was just making small talk, relax. Sorry. Things have been a little turbulent lately and a little bit jumpy. Sorry, we'd better change the subject. I shouldn't have asked her about such a delicate issue in this emotional state. Oh, shoot. I mean, if she's concerned, maybe I play into that concern and be like, oh my god, are you okay? Listen, Diana, I'm worried about something. Paradise is becoming more anxious lately. Sometimes depressed, sometimes very aggressive. It's like there's something wrong with him. You're a heavy arm plant user like him. Can you help me in any way? That's not possible. Are you implying it's my fault? No, not at all. I just wondered because of the line of work you're in if you could help me. And what's my line of work supposed to be, huh? Who did you speak with? I'm in danger. If I'm in danger, you could tell me already. Why are you scared? What's the matter, Diana? Why are you scared? This is weird. I haven't been this scared in a long time. SPW is supposed to be protecting me from these feelings. I'll have to review the system. SPW is in social psyche welfare? How do you know about that? Just take it easy. I just know. You're not my only contact at Supercontinent. But the information is safe with me. I'm not going to let you be harmed in any way. Trust me. I'm worried about Brandeis. Would you kindly tell me a bit more about this SPW system? Okay, I guess I owe you. And I am its director after all. Let's see. If I lean more towards sympathy, I might get some more kind of like Brandeis thing, but maybe it's too early to serve another drink. I guess while she's on edge, I should push my opening. Tell me more about social psyche welfare. Do we really have to discuss it? You've already discovered them as the director, so what else do you need? Just tell me a bit about what it actually is. My life could be in danger, Donovan. Is there nothing else I could tell you about? Just not that, please. This may not be the best thing to ask about corporate secrets. Okay, that's fine. Let me fix you another drink. This is surprisingly like a... exacting in terms of when I serve the drinks and why. Just a smidgen more. Got it. Nice. I think I'm gonna want to make this the right size. Smaller than that. There we go. This feels more stressful in terms of room for error than the lathe thing, funnily enough. There we go. Hitting her sympathy. And it was a harder thing to hit than her fear. Oh god, you're the fucking best. Why do you need the information dealing a side hustle when you can just make cocktails that's good? I'm telling you should be a world-famous bartender. I'm glad you like it. She seems to be in a good mood. Tell me more about psyche welfare. I guess there's no way back with you now, so I'm going all in. Are you ready? Shoot. Social psyche welfare is the greatest revolution in this area of human comfort. We've been working for a long time designing a system that always keeps the user at their best. SPW is about to tear apart things like depression, anxiety, rage, and keep them in check using only the power of your own psychology. It's all natural, no secondary effects. Won't SPW make you stop being you? It's not going to affect the individuality at all. It's only natural to be scared at the prospect of unlimited happiness. But this is less intrusive than the average antidepressant that city's inhabitants swallow every day. So you're saying that removing an important part of our mood spectrum isn't going to change our personalities? I didn't say that. It'll help us access our better selves. Or do you enjoy being sad? I wouldn't like to lose my sadness. Why not? Sadness is not ugly, Diana. I've been bartending for a couple of decades now. I've gotten witness to innumerable forms of sadness right there where you're sitting. And it can be a beautiful thing. It's moving, it draws us all together, keeps us thinking, wishing. So, you actively working to suppress it just feels like a crime against humanity to me. Wow. I'm not ready to debate such poetry. Give it some thought, please. I will. I promise. Is there anything I should like to discuss? Do I press this in a way? I mean, I guess I can press this now and revisit it if I serve her a different drink, right? So, don't you think this is a little bit unnatural? Oh, now you're talking like an old timer. Do you know how many times that argument's been wielded against its progress? This is not the same. Hey, don't treat me like some senile grandfather. This is not the same at all. I'm sorry for you, Jonathan. You'll just have to accept you're not a young punk anymore. Every man eventually reaches a limit where change becomes something to fear. But this is not the same, they cried against human upgrades. This is not the same, they cried against gender calibrators. This is not the same, they cried against... Okay, stop it. I'm just messing with you. But you do get my point, don't you? Okay, I'll drop the unnatural thing from my list of grievances. Now that we agree on something, do you want to know anything else about HPW? SPW sounds like a mind control device to me. That's quite a stretch. Isn't unhappiness what drives us forward? What you're selling sounds like the worst kind of conformism. No one will ever be willing to fight, to rebel, to disrupt our world. That's pretty convenient for corps and governments alike, isn't it? The fine print of eternal happiness is absolute obedience. Don't exaggerate. I'm using HPW right now. Do you see me as a harmless lamb? I don't think so. How can you know? I feel better than ever. See, you're wrong about unhappiness being the race's motivator. The best goals are born from joy and love. I don't blame you, you've always been a survivor. But those days are almost over. I don't want to sound delusional here, but HPW is fucking worldwide peace. Can you see it? Excuse me, no, but you can't see it. The world needs disagreement to keep evolving. World peace just means eternal slumber. Let me stop you right there before you start making a plea for war. You know that's not what I mean. The only that you said world peace is bad for humanity. Okay, this argument isn't going anywhere. Let's change the subject. You know, I've had enough SPW for today. I'm really excited about all of this. Sorry I'm not a fan of it. But just accept it. That's just the future. Now, the present. Don't let it get on your skin. You'll ruin that fragile, handcrafted happiness of yours. Ooh, what information do you want from me? So, what information do you want from me? As I said, it's a tough nut to crack, and by tough I mean dangerous. But I figure that's never been a problem for you. Nothing can get me as long as I run the Red Strings Club. Fire away. I want to know who the CEO of Supercontinent Limited is. Come again? That you work for them? Yeah. Can't you just Google it? Google exists in this setting, okay. What you'll find online is the Supercontinent CEO is Jack B. Gaynor. What you'll also see is that he hasn't made a public appearance in 2 years. You're implying the CEO has been supplanted? That's one hypothesis, yeah. The fact that no one's seen him for a long time, and lately, Supercontinent's philosophy and methods have changed dramatically. They've become quite a bit more aggressive. I see. Okay, Dan, leave it with me. I'll look into it. I'm gonna, like, fill into a fear again before I ask about Ariadne's death and the supercontinent CEO. Interesting that I can kind of keep serving these drinks back and forth, though. Close enough. Got it. How are we doing for time? Almost 2 hours. Not for this drink. Adding ice lets you change the size of the circle, so I guess the fear drink is served neat. Thank you. Are we done? This seems to have taken hold of her. Where do I start? Tell me about Ariadne's death. Okay, so tell me about Ariadne's death. I don't know much about the actual scene. From what I heard, she was suppressed by the security system. She probably dug too deep. Yeah? How deep? Damn, Donovan. You know I'm putting my life on the line by coming here, don't you? I know. Don't worry, you're safe here. I just want to know when my friend is dead. I'm really sorry, you know that, right? Probably she. I can't, I'm sorry. I can only tell you she probably learned something about one of our more dubious agendas. You have to deal with that hint and put your strings elsewhere. We don't want to add me to the body count, do we? Hey, take it easy. Relax, you're among friends here. Let's change the subject, alright? Why do you want to know about the CEO? I told you, the CEO Jack B. Gaynor has been supplanted or something. He's still on record as the official CEO, but everything's changed so much that I'm sure he doesn't want to be in charge anymore. I'm afraid for my life, Donovan. The Proxima girl, even if it was accidental, hasn't been the first death in the last few months. I've always loved Supercontinent's goals and motto, fighting for social welfare. And it's weird, because they're still doing that. It's only that now they're doing it at any cost. There have been more deaths? Wait, you're saying there have been more deaths lately? Well, there haven't been any assassinations, per se. But, you know, some staff committed suicide, allegedly because of stress. And there have been at least 2 fatal accidents among the top brass in the last 2 years. Don't you think you might be making a pattern out of a series of regrettable accidents? Stress can do that. Okay, let's stick to the facts. The company's policy and strategy have changed radically over the last 2 years. Death among employees has gone up 243% and 200% among the executive branch. Numbers are exact. Okay, now you're sounding paranoid. Plus, no one's seen Jack B. Gaynor since these charges started. Okay, you don't need to convince me any further. I'll look into it. None of it. I haven't removed the part of my brain that processes love. I swear I'd fall for you every time. I don't know how you do it, but I always leave the cup shaking. I'm starting to think you're putting something in my drinks. Just alcohol, I swear. But I'm glad I can get through your ice-cold processes and stir those artificial feelings of yours. Hey, they're not artificial, they're just upgraded. Emotion can be a pitfall for a scientist like me, but to have them in check. You ought to live more dangerously, Diana. Inspiration always plays a big part in being a memorable scientist. Maybe. I'll make sure to come back to the club anytime I need some good old mojo. Yes, alcohol will make you shake in sufficient quantities. Yeah, hopefully this isn't at delirium tremens point, but if I have to keep serving her drinks to get all the plot, maybe. I should be leaving now. Thanks for the drinks, the chat, and the info. And please, call me as soon as you get something on the Supercontinent CEO. I will. Thank you for coming, Diana. My pleasure. Oh! Talking. Hold on. Just a moment. How's my voice doing? This is super engaging, but I'm also kind of like, I don't know how long I can keep going for. I've been drinking water in between, but it's starting to become a bit of a strain on my voice. I've not done this in a while. Forgive me. Thank you for coming. I'll see you next time, Diana. Okay, Akari, listen. Never again say a customer's name. Why not? Because it makes them feel uncomfortable and paranoid. I was taught repeating someone's name builds trust and familiarity. Yeah, but the Red Strings Club is a haven of sorts. My clients value their anonymity. If you blab their names right when they come in, they think I'll told you all about them. and you're supposed to be a mere trainee. Leave the name dropping to me. Understood. I'm sorry, Donovan. Don't sweat it. Just keep it in mind, Akara. It won't happen again, Donovan. Very well, Akara. Let's focus on your aptitudes instead of your weaknesses. Get any interesting insights from your empathic algorithms? Indeed. However, I don't see an easy way to properly communicate them, so I'd like to propose a game. A game? You're full of surprises. Play is one of the most primal human devices for learning and development. Stares into camera. Transmitting the vast amount of data I've gathered from your conversation with Diana is impossible, so I've designed a process to let you reach your own conclusions. Moreover, I get to better understand you, so we improve as a team. Sounds more like pro-HR talk. But sure, I'm in. How do we play? I'm going to ask you a series of questions. 10, to be exact. I have my own answers to them, but I'm most interested in your input. When we're finished, I'll let you know how many of them you got right. If you score at least 7 out of 10, I'll grant you a new skill. What? A new skill? Did they use the AI of an RPG villager to build you? And what the hell, can you even do that? A game without a reward proves to be very dull. And yes, I can grant you something to improve your bartending skills. Why don't you just give it to me now? I'm designed to make you happy. Much different thing from granting your wish. Sometimes I feel like you're some dumb mannequin, but now I believe you're the very devil. I believe the very devil could be running through your circuits. Shall I begin? This is exciting. You're more twisted than I thought. Give it to me. Is Diana physically attracted to you? Come again, what kind of question is that? How am I supposed to know? Please, just answer my questions. I know what I'm doing. Is Diana physically attracted to you? Well, okay. Is this a question that we ask the class here? After all, we've all sat through this conversation, or maybe some of us have. She did say, through what dialogue we did see, because we didn't see all of the dialogue, that, every time, if I hadn't removed love from my brain, I would fall in love with you. Every time I come here, I live here shaking. Like, there's definitely tension there. And it's clearly not friendship tension. So I'm gonna say yes. Is Diana 100% loyal to Supercontinent Limited? Absolutely not. She is very suspicious of the fact that the CEO hasn't been seen in 2 years, and if she wasn't asking questions, then she would be more considered loyal. So no, she's not 100% loyal. Is she proud of social psyche welfare? Well, she extolled it with pretty good virtue and pushed back when I pushed her about it, so yes. Would Diana be happier without the effects of SPW? An interesting question. She was clearly enthusiastic about going on it, and I think as somebody who works for the company that makes it, you wouldn't go for it unless you felt it would do you some good. So she was clearly she clearly had some demons chasing her a little, think, and I think she was trying to escape it. But that's not quite what the question's asking here, is it? It's more asking, would she be happier if she wasn't on it? Which is very hypothetical. I'm unsure. I am unsure. I don't know if anybody has any thoughts. I'd be interested to know if anybody has an opinion on the circumstance. I'm gonna give it a second while I... Actually, yeah. I'm gonna go and pour myself some more water, and I'll leave you all to mull over whether anybody feels some way about the question. Agua. Okay. The crux of their argument, really. Okay, well, I'm going to say... Saying you know better about someone's happiness than they do is patronizing and strips them of agency. Yeah. But then that's what Supercontinental is doing with it writ large. Also, very, very true. You know, I mean, it's interesting, and this was actually one of the themes that we expected going in. We're doing social manipulation via drinks and asking the right questions, and they're doing social manipulation by, you know, stuffing organs into them that will make them stop fearing or be sad. So we both have very, very different ways of making people feel specific types of way. But we're both, I guess, kind of manipulative entities on the other side of it. But I don't think I'm in a position to say that Diana would be happier without the effects of SPW. So I'm going to say no. Does Diana know about the mirror neuron algorithm? I didn't get the chance to ask that before she left. I'm gonna say no. I think if she did know about it, she would maybe be... Or hold on. I think she knows how it works, but I don't know whether this specific thing she knows about. We didn't get information from her about it. I'm gonna say no. Who is the person that Diana most admires? Ooh. Interesting. She did mention admiring the real CEO, but is that her most admiration? Maybe she's this is all a thing out of concern, right? The CEO's been gone for 2 years and hasn't been seen by anybody, and she's concerned on multiple levels. So I'll take audience suggestion and go for the CEO. We'll see whether that's true. Regarding your bartending, what spirit does Diana enjoy the most? Fuck me. It's not vodka. It's not absinthe. I guess it would be bourbon. Did Diana lie to you during your conversation? Yes. Yeah, the up one was bourbon. What is Diana's greatest fear right now? Proxima, she's very insistent that she might also be attacked by... but then it's Supercontinent that's potentially threatening her, right? If this... It's either Supercontinent Limited or Proxima. Proxima. Is social psychic welfare as bad as you thought? That one I can't fail, since my opinion, no. Maybe, it's not as hard as not lying. Is SPW as bad as I thought? Yeah, I mean, leaving your emotions up to a higher power is a problem. Diana's intentions might be honest, but it's still a brainwash. We can't allow this to spread. I wouldn't want Paradise to become a happy lamb. Okay, that was the last question. Did I pass? Ha! Exactly 7. Lucky. Congratulations, you're a sharp man, Donovan. That sounded a little condescending, but thank you. What did I win? I'm going to produce a short span memory resetter for you. Is that a cool name for a shot? No, one of my abilities is to synthesize psychoactive drugs. Oh. The system was designed to deal with emergency anxiety crises and such, but given the unusual context we're in, I can widen its purposes. Add this to a client's drink when they will... add this to a client's drink, and they will think they just sat at the bar for the first time. That way you can explore different paths and conversation without them noticing. Oh, hell yeah, let's get high with the car, I mean. That sounds crazy and a bit immoral. Why? Aren't you manipulating them with your drinks? I thought this would be helpful. Ah, you got me there. You don't have to use it if you don't want to. I'm sorry, Donovan. It's okay, I'll save it for an emergency. Say, how much of this can you produce? Not much. I have a limited chemical repository for such purposes, so I'd rather keep these as prizes for our little games. So it's a one-use item. I see. Gotcha. Let's keep it like this then. I detect a client approaching the club. So soon? Didn't expect anyone else tonight. Do you want me to check their background? Yes, please. Naima Kos, 34 years old. She's a corporate lawyer at Supercontinent Limited. Footage from nearby locations shows that she's been shadowing Diana. Uh-oh, this may be troublesome. Do you want me to drive her away? Can you do that? I could send a fake emergency meeting request to her phone, for example. Your skill set begins to seem uncanny. Do you want me to drive her away? No, I'll let her in. If fate brought her to the Red Strings Club, it has to be for a reason. And we're going to exploit that. I do like it does that almost anime thing of, did you understand all the nuance? Here it is with that quiz. I mean, yeah. It's not like I wasn't paying attention necessarily, but I have a feeling some of those questions might be easier to answer if I got the right answers, if I did the right dialogue trees. This game seems quite tricky in that regard, actually. I have to be really careful about what questions I ask and when. Welcome to the Red Strings Club. Absinthe on the rocks, please. Welcome to the Red Strings Club, miss. I'm afraid I can't just serve that to you. This is not your usual bar. Here, you tell me how you feel, and I'll fix your matching drink. I see. Then I feel like asking you a series of questions regarding why you're prying into my client's business. I'll try. You must be a lawyer, no? That's correct. I'm here representing Supercontinent's interests. Yeah, Absinthe on the Rocks is very intense. All you have to do to complete the plot is get the pianist killed, I guess. I guess it can't be that hard with, otherwise armies would... Blah. I guess it can't be that hard, otherwise armies would be filled with pianists. Sure. What was Diana Mays' business here? Hold your horses now. Apart from serving drinks, I'm also an information broker, so questions have a price tag in this club. Okay, how much? Here's my deal. You ask as many questions as you want, and then I get to ask that many questions myself. Fair enough. Although I should inform you that, unlike you, I won't be able to disclose why any of my clients is sensitive information. Fair enough. Although I must let you know that, unlike you, I know my way around empathy and subtlety. You risk leaking more information than you might think. I'll take my chances, mister. The name's Donovan, owner of the Red Strings Club. Nice to meet you. I'm Naima Kos, corporate lawyer at Supercontinent Limited. Shall we commence business? Fire away. What is Diana Mees' business here? Oh, she's just an old friend. She pays me a visit every now and then. We have a drink and caught up, that's it. Please, at least have the decency not to lie to me. I won't lie to you either. If I can't disclose something, I will clearly specify so. Except that was the truth, Miss Kos. Friendship might sound alien in your world, but we still keep loving each other at street level. Next question is about the Proxima organization. They've been making trouble for my client lately. I'd like to know exactly what Proxima's got on Supercontinent Limited. What is this? Oh! Oh, there's pathways. I'd like to know exactly what Proxima's got in Supercontinent Limited. Proxima snatch, because if I tell them about the finding, I'm just gonna get shot. So we're not gonna do that. I didn't know they covered. I don't know how they cover their tracks, but does your client know that Proxima snatched one of their top secret Akira androids? Is that true? So you're confirming the existence of such androids? Save us both some time to skip the capacious questions, sir. Okay. Save your rhetorical ones too, then. Fair enough. Just tell me what you know. From what I've heard, Proxima got their hands on an old version of Akira. I know they've been experimenting with it, but I don't know what they've gotten out of it. But it must be good, since Sakara was the main business of that girl that infiltrated your clinic. That's useful information, thank you. Next question. Where is Johanna Seftis? Come again? Where is Johanna Seftis? You're saying that as if I should know her. What a poor information dealer you are if you don't know about Supercontinent's Chief Operations Officer. What's the matter? Is she missing? Forget about it. That was all I had to ask. My turn then. Go ahead, you have 3 questions. I can't leave you sitting there without a drink. This is a club after all. Okay, but I won't be telling you how I feel or any of that nonsense. Don't worry, you let me know enough. Don't worry, you let me know enough about yourself already for me to work with. Like my magic. Trust me, you'll like this. Stress, ambition, remorse. Ambition seems to be a hard thing to make. Or no, that's just going to the left and making it small. I think it's just going to be that nudge to remorse that will be maybe trickier. Absinthe on the rocks. I mean, yeah, that is actually the drink that she wants. So I could give her absinthe on the rocks. Very smart, Rob. Very smart. I'm going to start with the drink she maybe doesn't want, though. This clearly isn't something that she enjoys. Oh, I should also make it a little smaller. Right, let's serve you some remorse. I hate to admit it, you serve good stuff here. What am I doing at a bar at a time like this? Something troubling you? No, nothing. Not my place to judge a client. Just ask good questions. You should be going through an ethical crisis. Let's dig in. 3 questions left. Choose your topic wisely. So, what's the deal with Johanna Seftis? It's only natural she'd be missing. Do you mind telling me more? Maybe I can help you with this. For the record, I'm only sharing this because Johanna's life might be in danger. Otherwise, I could never break attorney-client privilege. Don't worry, it's very clear to me how detestably professional you are. So, what happened to Johanna? What happened to Johanna? I don't know. She sent me a memo to the entire staff that read, "Fuck you all." Are you sure that was her? Nowadays, any joker with a brain drive could have hacked that message in. Whoops. She attached a photo of her flipping us all off. Oh, I see. I'm completely lost then. Can't help you, I'm afraid. Just don't share this information with anyone or you'll be in serious trouble. Yes, ma'am. It seems that Ariadne's rogue implants fulfilled their purpose. Oh yeah, we did do that. Akara installed the punk in Johanna. It was meant to give Usher an aversion to corporations. The reaction makes sense. 2 questions left. Choose the topic wisely. I'm gonna serve you a different drink. So this is interesting. Part of me is like feeding into her ambitions and then make the bluff about why didn't the CEO tell me about you? The legality of the SPW is a specific prompt in the journal, but I do wonder what would like make her interested in talking about that. I guess remorse might be the vibe. Remorse might be the vibe. Let's serve another drink so I can see what the emotions are available. We have stress, ambition, and remorse. Do we stress her the fuck out and then ask about it? That feels juicy. That feels juicy. Let's do that. And it contains some absinthe, and she's a fan. Too far. Fuck. Just on the floor. Absinthe feels so much harder to pour than the others for some reason. That should do it. Absinthe and bourbon feels like a really miserable drink, though. Okay. And just a little bit to the left, just a little bit more absinthe for her. Yeah, absinthe and bourbon is such an unpleasant kind of drink. I mean, I wonder what that might taste like. It's a lot of fucking absinthe in that drink, though. Look, I shouldn't be wasting my time here. Make your questions quick. I have a lot on my plate. A drink of relax. She looks stressed. Let's exploit that. No, she's tapping her leg and everything. Yeah. All right. Let's see if we've made the right call here. Tell me more about social psyche welfare's legality. Would you please explain social psyche welfare's legality to me? Because I still can't imagine how you convinced the government to buy into it. Listen, you don't need to pry on this one because it's all perfectly above board. The government has been in since the beginning, and implant users are also on board since all of them signed the terms and contracts. Whoa, stop right there. Are the terms and conditions really that legally binding? I mean, no one reads them. Well, if people don't give a shit about accepting long chunks of text, then it's their problem. And this isn't just like downloading iTunes. And there's a lot of branding in this, interestingly enough. You had Google earlier as well. People actually agree to the forms in our clinics. As the contract says, the user's physiology may be altered to ensure a stable mind-body environment. And the Ministry of Health has determined depression, anxiety, and similar disorders to be serious social hazards. What a load of bullshit. If a client doesn't agree with the firmware updates, they can always decline it. Yeah, and render their hardware obsolete in the process. Listen, implants aren't a human right. If someone isn't happy with their update, they can just go back to their old, all-natural selves. Except they'll be too busy smiling like idiots to even think about that. You're welcome to take this to court if you're so offended by it. No thanks. I'll keep fighting for freedom one drink at a time. Okay, last question. Ooh, shall we be spicy and go for a bluff? I'll prepare you another drink. Oh, actually, I'm gonna... If I play to her ambitions, I think I might get something nice out of it. If I actually angle the drink right and not just spill all the drink on the floor. Absinthe on the rocks. So I got my absinthe on the rocks in the end. You really know your game, though. This is the best glass of absinthe I've ever had. Really invigorating. I feel great. Glad you like it. She seems to be power drunk. Time to attack. See, in my opinion, I can pill her to start again if we F this up, but I kind of want to see if I can do this without needing the reset. I think this is also going to be the last conversation we'll have for tonight's stream, so even if we flub this up, it might be an interesting point to end on. Why didn't the CEO tell me about you? Excuse me? Are you talking about her? About Supercontinent CEO? Oh, our clientele is more distinguished than you may expect. I'm curious about why I haven't been warned of your visit. Are you acting on your own? Of course not. I don't get my orders directly from Radka. That's nuts. Radka. Interesting. Yeah, we got it. We got it. Supercontinent CEO is called Radka. You know, since Jack can actually... Oh, I can still look at this. I see. I was wondering whether with access to the book at the, in the scene they do. So, but Jack B. Gaynor isn't the CEO anymore, which is you know, since Jack left his position to Radka, we've had some unusual requests from the company. I haven't been informed of that, for example. Oh, I'm sorry, but I definitely won't cross that line. As Radka we're talking about, this matter totally outranks you. Forget I asked about it. I'll let her know you've come by. Wait, it's my duty to know about my client's endeavors. Ooh, the juiciness. Ooh. You've got nothing to fear. It's all protected by attorney-client representation agreement. Can you at least tell me what it is my... couldn't you at least tell me what it was my company wanted from you? So we could get spicier here. We could absolutely get spicier here. And do an information secret exchange, but it would require me to lie. It would require a very, very big lie from me. I don't actually have any information on Rediker as well. Spiciest says chat. Chat says push my luck. Okay. Tell you what, let's exchange secrets about Rediker. You tell me something juicy, I'll tell you what her business was here. It's my boss we're talking about here, so you go first. Okay, Radika. Okay, let's actually study our notes here. We kind of know who Supercontinent CEO is now. It's Radka. What is the mirror neuron algorithm? We don't know that yet. And then do they plan to execute this? Don't know that yet. What role does Akara play in all of this? Supercontinent developed psyche welfare. We know that. They plan to propagate with the neuron algorithm. Okay. Sure. Johanna Seftis is the chief operations officer who's now gone rogue. Adrian Ferguson is the financial officer who's now giving money to charity. Diana Mays is the director of social psyche welfare. And it's been more aggressive as of late. Jack B. Gaynor isn't the CEO anymore, it is Radka. Diana Mays is afraid Supercontinent might kill her. Oh yeah, we did know that. CEO Johanna Seftis is missing. Johanna Seftis rebelled against Supercontinent. SPW is backed by the government. Supercontinent's CEO is called Radka. Yeah, okay, cool. And this is all. Well, the former CEO hasn't been seen in 2 years. She wanted info on the former CEO. And Jack. Why? Didn't say, but in my opinion, she was covering her tracks. What are you implying? Have you seen Jack at all in the last 2 years, by any chance? Excellent. No. So the rumors were true. I'm afraid so. It's likely that Radka had the former... Ooh, all the spice. Spiced rum. Let's go. I'm afraid so. Radka is not someone to toy with. Was that juicy enough? Tell me something I don't know about her. I'm afraid you know much more than I do. I rarely see her in person and have never spoken with her directly. Would you say she's a better CEO than Jack? Don't underestimate her because of her age. Absinthe is not spicy enough. Yes, for sure. That kid's intelligence is otherworldly. Kid? Just how young is she? My boss is 15 years old. Jokes on me. What? Wait, we've just revealed that we don't actually know Radhika because we should know that she's 15. Come on. Is it legally possible for a teenager to run a corporation? With lawyers as good as I am, yes. Although she isn't officially running it yet. Well, the crazy world we live in. Well, I'm afraid you've run out of questions. I've got too much to do tonight, so goodbye. Sure, go ahead and spread law throughout town. You seem to be enjoying yourself. Yeah, we've just implied that Radhika just shows up to the Red String Club. We serve her booze. So just in case, I'll inform you of the current situation. Supercontinent is going through turbulent times right now. That's good. Spells change for the company. I've seen it many times. But in the process, there's usually a trail of casualties. The way you're playing right now, you've got a ticket to become one of them. Be warned, Mr. Bartender. Didn't know corporate lawyers were in the business of extending such stylish death threats. There are many fates worse than death when up against corporate law. Have a good night. Creek says, guessing Radhika is an android at this point and an earlier Akara model, potentially. Thank you for coming. See you next time. Was my performance to your satisfaction this time? Excellent. Thank you very much. So, quiz time now. If you please. Yeah, let's do the second quiz and then close it out. Of course, I found it quite amusing, in fact. 7 out of 10 or more earns me a prize, right? Go ahead. Is Naima Kos a psychopath? What, you're not going to ask me if she was attracted to me this time? That's irrelevant for Naima's case. Answer the question, please. Is Naima Kos a psychopath? No? Hold up. Let a motherfucker look up to see the definition of psychopath. Used to describe somebody who is callous, unemotional, and morally depraved. While the term isn't an official mental health diagnosis, it is often used in clinical and legal settings. Yeah, no, I mean, with this being an android, I guess they would mean, like, clinically psychopathic, and no? What is her top priority right now? To find Johannes Seftis. Is SPW in jeopardy? I don't have enough information to make that suggestion. I don't think so. Does Naima know about M&A? And I can look at this, huh? I don't... Does she know about the mirror neuron algorithm? She suggested that there are certain things, especially about with the CEO and stuff, that go beyond her level. So she might not. No. Does Naima perceive me as a threat? We surprised her. And we said that we knew the CEO, so maybe yeah, no. Is Naima capable of betraying Supercontinent? She has a solid amount of ambition. And she likes things being shaken up because it means changes are coming, so yes, absolutely. Is she capable of covering murder for her employer? Yeah. I mean, we know that that may be the case, so yeah, she's definitely covered up. Is she capable of committing murder for her employer? No. Regarding social psyche welfare, does Naima believe that SPW is a good thing? We didn't ask her about that. We didn't ask her about that, so we could only guess, really. There's reasonable odds that she's using it herself, honestly. Yes. Do you think technology manufacturers have the right to alter their products after sale? What do you mean? If Supercontinent designed, created, and distributed the human upgrades, do they have the right to modify them? By adding in SPW to them, among other things. Do they have the right to modify them? If we look at it from how, say, well, this is a very intentional modern question, right? Because this is a video game. When we play a video game, we are agreeing to an end user license agreement that is basically agrees to a whole bunch of things. That they can essentially, you know, we are buying the right to be able to play the game. We are not buying the game itself. If it's a game with an online capacity, they can change how that works at any point. There's been lots of discussions about how games that are live services, or live services, if you were to use like Jim Sterling's like a pronunciation of it, where they can very heavily change how a game is played and used. Hell, Fortnite as a game is very different now from what it was before, and it definitely didn't have live services and wasn't a battle royale primarily when it initially released, right? So, tech companies definitely have the rights in their EULAs to be able to change their products any which way and whenever they want. But they should be fucking clear about it. Supercontinent is concealing the fact that something they sold is going to fundamentally change you. Is that normal procedure for all technology? Dozens of firmware updates are pushed on a daily basis. Its users are accepting its terms and conditions blindfolded. Legal right or moral rights, says Queeks. That's interesting. This might be one of those legal instances where A and B kind of overlap a little bit. For example, say I was a pacemaker manufacturer and I sold you a pacemaker, and you signed the end user license agreement that it has like firmware updates and we can change how it works. And at the time, there was no particular issue with it. It runs as normal. It gets firmware updates from me. But then my company, for example, says, for whatever reason, that in this particular territory in the world, this pacemaker stops working. So, for example, like that particular territory is actively hostile to how my company works, or something like that. You know, in a very similar way to the fact that, like, in some parts of the world, you can't access Twitter. It's designed to just not be accessible in certain parts of the world. And this is a corporate falling out that has happened after I installed that pacemaker in you. And unaware of this, you go to this ground that you are not supposed to access. And the pacemaker stops working, and you are put in severe medical condition. And then you'd be like, hey, I should be able to sue you, right? You gave me a pacemaker that stopped working. And then I go, well, actually, I updated the firmware in a way that stopped working under very specific conditions that you should have agreed to if you've been reading all your firmware updates, right? That'd be gross and scummy. And the legal battle might actually therefore be based around how easy it would be to access that information about the uses under which a pacemaker would exist. This is all entirely hypothetical, but you get the kind of like thought process of that kind of thing, right? Where it's not just moral, but it's also legal in how easy is it to access this information if the information changes. Because, you know, I can play effing like Tekken 7 and get a EULA when I boot that game up the first time about its internet services. And it's had plenty of patches since then, but it doesn't make me reread the EULA again. I can read the EULA again on my own time, but it doesn't make me reread it, even if they change things. So, you're saying this is the public's fault? I'm not very versed in the human concept of fault. It is my understanding, though, that accepting something without thought is a sign of trust. In this case, I'd rather call it ignorance than trust. People have been indoctrinated over the years to accept whatever corpse thrown at them. So the problem is not supercontinent modifying its creation, but the lack of education among its users? In a free society, isn't education an individual responsibility? Not in my opinion. The powerful educate. Parents teach, schools teach, and the media teaches, and the government teaches. The issue might then be that you don't agree with what they're teaching. And that's beyond doubt, yes. Was that a question, or just food for thought, anyway? Indeed, it was a 10th question. Thank you for elaborating. And well, how did I do? You've answered 7 out of 10 questions correctly. Yeah, we keep being mediocre. Yeah, congratulations, you won. Wonderful, what did I win? A short-term memory resetter. Oh, I thought it was just going to be a different prize this time. Oh, I'm sorry. You're right in that the variety of rewards can improve the game's design. I'll try to think of something different for the next time we play. It's okay, don't worry about it. Although I've got to confess, the anticipation has made me excited for the next game already. Glad to hear you're having fun. Listen, I think I'm going to close for today. My gut tells me we won't be getting any more clients until tomorrow. Yes, it doesn't look like it. Can you tell too? Do you have instincts? What you humans call instincts are just deductions your brain has drawn for you. You can't simply follow the logical sequence due to the vast amount of data your brain processes. Unlike you, I'm able to keep up with my brain. So basically, your gut is right. We won't be having any more clients tonight. Good to hear, because my leg is killing me. Let's call it a night. Which seems like a fantastic stopping point. Let's see this epilogue. So, social psyche welfare is some sort of digital happy pill. And the mirror neuron algorithm is supposed to spread, even among non-implant users. What kind of voodoo is that? Beats me. Donovan is looking into it. We're, pretty much fucked. Supercontinent's private network is inaccessible from the outside. And that tower isn't the kind of place you can just walk into, precisely. You left us with a nice farewell present. Ariadne. She's going to enjoy all this. Always loved the hustle. That punk. Shall we perform the last rites? You sure you guys want me in on this? I'm not even part of Proxima. For some reason, Ariadne's chosen you as one of her digital heirs, so just accept it, Brandes. She shall live through us. Okay, I'll go first. Ariadne, I'll have your empathy. Let me better read into our enemies' souls. Let me better understand our allies' passions. Ariadne, I'll have your wits. Allow me to outsmart our foes. Help me survive on the field. Ariadne, I'll have your knowledge. I hope you don't regret this. Dude, can you be a bit more poetic? And look as corny as you two? No way. Okay, release her into the ocean now. Goodbye, warrior. I'll just lose the last one. Donovan. Hey, Brandes, how are you doing? Yeah, I'm about to open shop. This is the next day. In which case... let's go to... Yeah, game source automatically starts with it. Fantastic. In that case, let's move our way back to the book club screen. Goodbye. Whew. Gosh, that was a time. Oh, I really enjoyed that. I can see why people really enjoy the Red Strings Club. Even from the short period of time that we played it. But I think during the time that we probably got a nice slice of it. So we have 2 bits to fill out before we finish today, under which audience participation is encouraged. So if you have also any thoughts about this game, please do pipe up in chat. I think I get performance anxiety about the quizzes. Yeah, mad stressful, right? Yeah. It's because the serving drinks side of things is already actually quite high pressure, because you can't just answer questions willy-nilly, and if you answer certain questions, they'll get tired of having drinks and then leave, right? So you might not get all that information, and then you still have to answer questions. Although, as it stands, if we don't get 7 out of 10, we just don't get the reset pill, and that's not the end of the world. You can still continue with the storyline, right? This is just to see how much you're kind of understanding about the circumstances. Very interesting that Akane doesn't, like, tell you where you're wrong. Very interesting that she doesn't correct you if you're off, considering she says that she knows which of those are correct questions or not. But yeah, it was really interesting. I really liked it. I think the ideas to take away is that I really liked the multiple different ways to explore manipulation of a person. I really enjoyed that discussion process. I've come to dislike games that autosave progress to a single slot and don't let you go back and try different things. Yeah. I think for me personally, I don't mind that if the gameplay loop isn't very long. You know, I'm a big fan of visual novels where I'm happy to run into those bad ends and then kind of come back. But if that really long period, if it takes a really long period of time to explore those previous moments, I think that might annoy me a little bit. I don't think there are that many games that are built like this though, because this game clearly cares about the different strands and options that you make and dictates an ending. There's another kind of like what one would call Earthbound 'em up, or kind of like surrealist RPG called One Shot, and that game is A, very meta, and B, designed that you, I think only play it once too, regardless of what kind of outcome you get. And this is less stressful than that. But yeah, those kind of like auto savings and things like that are definitely part of the process. Definitely part of the process. Interesting. But yeah, I really enjoyed the different ways of manipulating a person that this game explored, whether it was specifically implanting a thought into them with this weird organ, or whether it is just the kind of like back and forth and serving them the right drinks, and even then on top of serving them the right drinks, asking them the right questions. I also kind of want to set a TRPG maybe. At a bar to fully explore the atmosphere and social interactions of a late night drink. I think that's definitely one of the things to take away from this, if it was to make something else. Like the mix of classic cyberpunk jokes, but a more modern layer of bureaucratic corporatism. Yeah. I think good modern cyberpunk realizes that the fears of the 80s are different to what they are now. Because, you know, early cyberpunk was really heavily obsessed with the march of technology from Japan as a technological superpower. It was really obsessed with the idea that advertising could be an overwhelming, terrifying force. Like the kind of giant neon billboards you see in 80s cyberpunk was supposed to be a dystopian future, right? They were supposed to be, oh man, they can sell us things with such kinds of intensity. And that's just our normal day now. We no longer find that scary. We like take photographs of streets that are lit up by neon signs at night. That's no longer a fear of ours, right? So what does modern cyberpunk recognize as a fear? And I think corporate bureaucracy and the relationship between corporate bureaucracy and our day-to-day, and how well we recognize that is something that this game is really hitting on heavily. How much attention do we pay to what we give of our lives to corporations that run our day-to-day? We figure it's fine because it's important for our day-to-day. Google is such a large part of our lives, it would feel weird to not give them the amount of information that we do on average, at the very least. But is there another way? Should we be doing that, actually? Very interesting, very interesting. And yeah, we can turn that into our third point. In modern cyberpunk, what are we now truly afraid of corporations doing to us? Invasive, like, mood organ surgery is a bit on the nose, but what do we give up to have our lives run smoothly? Yeah, neat. And then we'd like to end all of our shows of Cyberpunk Book Club what is Cyberpunk to this game in particular, because there are many Cyberpunk games in the world, but they are all trying to say slightly different things and have different outlooks on what Cyberpunk is. So what, in a way, in a sentence or two, could we describe as what Cyberpunk is to the Red Strings Club? I think it's getting really intimate. Go easy on your EBEs. I don't know what EBE stands for, actually. Rob, please tell me what that stands for. Interesting to see how it leaves behind the old cyberpunk ideas of what makes a person, both with treating Kara as a person without comment and turning recovered data from a dead comrade's mind as a kind of sacrament. Yeah. That's also a thing I really like. Actually, that's another thing I really like. We can. I'm going to finish this thought and then go back to talking about that. Actually, give me a second. Oh, it's the Look Around You joke, don't worry. It's been a long time since I've watched Look Around You. It's a very good comedy series. I think all of it's on YouTube. Maybe you want to go to work. Go message me, Rob. Go DM me with which one that is, and I'll go and refresh my memory, because that's a pretty funny series. But this is like getting really intimate into personal feelings of emotional agency and looking at how that's done from both above and below. I really do like how both the corporations and us, the bartender and the hacker as individuals, are kind of doing the same thing, but on different scales and in different ways, and whether we can make peace with that. I enjoyed that conversation between Akara and the main character about isn't making them forget the conversation like really invasive and immoral? And Akara's like, you're manipulating their thoughts on the daily with how you're serving them drinks and why and what you're doing with that. So really, you shouldn't have too much of a moral high ground on how that operates. And like, yeah, that's cool, that's sick. Anyway, returning to the kind of like moving on the ideas from what makes a person, I think that might be because the Red Strings Club, in terms of its design, like who designed it, are actually really queer people. As I understand, the bartender and the hacker are in a relationship with each other for one. But also, there is a general discussion about cyberpunk as a genre and trans bodies, and pushing back against the idea that replacing yourself to a form that you're more comfortable with makes you less human. Because that's a topic that can be really easily avoided. You know, the insistence that cyberware having an effect on one's humanity is a pretty old concept, and actually also a very 80s thing in a similar way to being afraid of the march of technology and afraid of the march of advertising, is the afraid of the march of, oh, relying on technology will make us stop being human. Very old school, when, you know, stuff like using technology to transition and technology to assist disabled people was less widespread and less understood during that period of time. And now we're in an era where we do understand that and realize how important it is for people's agency and, dare I say, humanity. It's super good that this game is just kind of like super aware of that just off the bat. Red strings kind of replace that anxiety with anxiety, whether you really have control about whether you what you change about yourself. Very true. Very, very true. You know, we aren't, you know, doctors and prosthetic experts and stuff. We're relying on people who know a lot about that technology to be able to fix the things that we want to change about ourselves. And how well they do that, or whether they're doing it in our best interest, is something we need to continue to think about, discuss. Anyway, yeah, love that this game moves from beyond 80s concepts of cyberpunk, in particular that body modification and simulated bodies are less than human. Nice. Big thoughts. Lots of big thoughts. Fantastic. I think we did a good hustle, everybody. Fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. For those who are watching the VOD, thank you very much for tuning in and enjoying this particular adventure. At time of recording, the Steam Summer Sale is on. Let's actually go see if the Red Strings Club is on sale. It is indeed on sale. Oh my god, you can buy the Red Strings Club for £3.75 right now. Like, that's a steal, even for the kind of, like, you know, fragment of time for the 2 hours that we've been playing it. That's an absolute steal. Yeah, go play this game. Go play this game and see what your threads lead to, for sure, for sure. And in that case, for those who are tuning into the VOD, we'll see you next time for the next adventure on the Neon Caster Twitch channel.